Hello, great and wonderful people. Welcome back to our channel. The blockage of food from the north, from entering the south, has opened up a lot of memories, and it has also expanded the horizon of the southerners and brought up a lot of creativity. A typical one is what happened some years back, where the Ndigos had to survive 3 years of food blockade during the war. Now you understand what the Igbos went through, But before we go to the newspaper to find out what it is that is, bringing a drawback, taking a retrospect, and what Ndigbos also via the Ohaneze Ndigbo have decided and organized, really would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's quickly go back. Let's take a retrospect, okay, during the time of the 1967 to 1970. That way, a lot of Nigerians and Southerners will have a little idea of what Ndigbos went through, during that time. This is not the first time starvation is being used as a weapon of war in Nigeria. It was used against the Ndigbo for 3 years during the Civil War, and they survived and are today probably the most enterprising ethnic nationality in Black Africa. Just a week and you find it unbearable, yet you belittle the experience of the Igbos between the 1967 to 1970. How do you think the Igbos felt? Maybe this northern blockage of food will teach the rest of the Nigeria to never ever trivialize what Ndigbos went through, and that has also caused Ohaneze Ndigbo to speak up over this matter and hear what they have to do. Well, the Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization Ohaneze Ndigbo on Wednesday noted that Southeast is not moved by the decision of some northern groups to block the passage of food to the region. The group noted that the region survived 30 months 30 months of food blockade by the federal government during the Civil War, adding that the food blockade was no big deal. They're already used to it. The spokesperson for Ohaneze during an interview said there is no need for the blockade. He said, on the other hand, there have been the aggressors, there have been the predators. The North has been creating problems in various ways. For them to begin to protest and issue threats of food blockade is astonishing. It's very astonishing. However, there's nothing they bring from the north that we do not have in the south. There's nothing in the north that we do not cultivate and nurture in the south. Is it the cow? Is it the goat? Is it the garden egg? Is it the yam? Of course, the south is so versatile, with fertile land all over the place to produce anything. Obonea noted that the food blockade would open a new vista for Ndigbo, I tell you. And even the southerners as a whole, even the somewhere in southwest, they are making some plans. They are keeping it in the pipeline. This thing they have done, they've opened everybody's eyes. Let's continue. We are only waiting for the first rain. By the time the first rain comes, all these things they imported from the north, we will mass produce them by June, October, and November this year. Not next year or this year, you will see food everywhere in the south. So they are helping us to look inward. If 3 years in Biafra and Southeast didn't die, is it now only 1 month that we will die? Just 1 week, or it's not even 1 month, 7 days. So I will only say that it's a good development to help the Southeast look inward and Southwest to look inward also, he added. Meanwhile, the leadership of the cattle and foodstuff dealers under the aegis of Amalgamated Union of Foodstuff and Cattle Dealers of Nigeria has agreed to resume the movement of food supplies from the north to the south. If you like, you resume. You like, you don't resume. These guys have finally looked inward. They are now knowing what's up. I think also I could still remember, I think during the second to the last broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, there's something he made on his social media page. He said maybe, I think it's a theory, of course, but then if you want to look at it, it's making a lot of sense. So if you look at that theory, it makes so much sense. He said that they started by pushing in bandits, the Fulani herdsmen, not allowing the farmers the whole of South, everybody could hear those cries where farmers were saying Fulani herdsmen will carry their cows, destroy their farm produce, and if you try to go to the farm or question them, they would harm the farmer, and all manner of social menaces. Farmers became scared of going to the farms, and now nothing really happened. And there's an issue of a blockade. They want Fulanis to be comfortable wherever they are, or else they'll stop supplying food. Nigerians have not even Southerners have not done half of what this guy did, but yet they are blocking everywhere that there won't be food. Okay, now with that theorem as Nnamdi Kanu gave, it was beginning to make a lot of sense. First, even before this blockade, you first of all sent these guys to make sure that farmers don't go to the farm to produce food, ensuring that and food is in itself is life. You need food to survive. And by doing that, people can't go to the farm. So you have to depend on imported food from other regions. And that the region that usually give you food have decided not to give you food. That means they want to starve you. But it was a premature one, if you ask me. Premature in the sense that the land itself is not even under siege, because there are local vigilantes ready to protect their land. So with this happening and farmers trying to resume their farmland, definitely you don't need anybody to tell any governor of any state to enact his local vigilante very quickly, or community policing very quickly, so that they can at least protect the food basket of that state. Because these guys that will go into the farmlands to plant, that's the farmers, they're the one that's going to bring food to the average man in that state. So you got to protect him, protect his farm produce, protect his farmland, protect everything that has to do, because it all, it has a trickle down effect. So anyone now, or any bandit that tries to do anything to the farmers, you may have the whole state indigents, to fight with. And that, to me, it's a good one. And this clearly gives one an idea of what these guys must have really gone through for 30 months of no food. That's why when I keep hearing people keep glamoring that honestly, war is not something anybody should pray for. Okay, I'm sure there's always a way around this whole thing, and bit by bit, diplomatically, Senna claims use diplomacy. Diplomatically, everything will work out well. Okay, there seem to be a lot of things that are beginning to adjust, like the government have said anybody seen with AK-47 should be arrested. Governor Obiano of Anambra State has made his own public, okay, which is good enough. So which means you are free to although there's a lot of corruption here and there, but let's start from somewhere. Okay, let's start from somewhere, and this to me is a good one, and that gives us an idea of the fact that the Southwest, that's one they showed from the North. The South have actually understood the message and don't want to wait for that to happen. So everybody now is becoming homegrown. Everybody's doing their own thing, and I guess a time will come, the quantity of food you usually would supply, you may have to slash it into two, because even the people you are supplying the food stuff for, foodstuffs, to already have a copy as well. So you may have to reduce it. You see, let's meet in that comment section. What's your take on what Ohaneze Ndigbo and even Reno, had to say concerning this issue of food? Lesson time.